Good day, I am Steven J. QUIBALLO from HM2B and I will be discussing about the definition and the history of basketball. So first, what is the definition of basketball? Basketball, it is a game played between two teams of 5 players in which goals are scored by throwing a ball through a netted hoop peaks above each end of the court. So which means basketball needs to have two teams and it has 5 players to play this game. Next one is the history of basketball. Basketball was invented in December 1891 by the Canadian clergyman, educator, and physician James Naismith. Naismith introduced the game when he was an instructor at the Young Men's Christian Association Training School, or now what we call Springfield College in Springfield, Massachusetts. Naismith was a 31-year-old graduate student when he created the indoor sport to keep athletes indoors during the winters. The game became established fairly quickly and grew very popular as the 20th century progressed, first in America and then in other parts of the world. After basketball became established in American colleges, the professional game followed. The American National Basketball Association, established in 1946, grew to a multi-billion-dollar enterprise by the end of the century, and basketball became an integral part of American culture. So, the history of basketball is very popular in the America or the American people because basketball is now one of the culture of the American people.
Good afternoon. Today we will talk about basketball facilities, equipments, and tools like basketball court, basketball rim, basketball ball, and etc. Today we will talk about the 3 equipments or facilities we use in basketball: the basketball court, basketball backboards, and basketball rim or hoop. First, basketball court. Basketball court comes in many different sizes. In the National Basketball Association or NBA, the court is 94 by 50 feet or 28.7 by 15.2 meters. Under the International Basketball Federation or FIBA rules, the court is slightly smaller, measuring 28 by 15 meters or 91.9 by 49.2 feet. In amateurs basketball, court sizes vary widely. The basketball are always 10 feet above on the ground. Second, the basketball backboards. Basketball backboards are flat, elevated vertical boards with mounted baskets or rims used to assist or return the basketball after a shot in a game of basketball, commonly made of plexiglass or tempered glass. Regulation basketball backboards have a width of 72/183 centimeters and a height of 42/110 centimeters, with an inner rectangle that is 24 by 61 centimeters wide and 18/45.7 centimeters tall. The third, the basketball hoop or rim. The basketball top of the hoop is 10 feet, always 10 feet above the ground. Regulations basketball are 6 feet or 180 centimeters wide by 3.5 feet or 107 centimeters tall. All basketball rims or hoop are 18 inches or 46 centimeters in a diameter. That's all.
If your referee blows his whistle, the clock will stop for a moment. There's also a shot clock. It will start when a team gains new possession of the ball. The players should shoot the ball within 24 seconds in a given field. The shot clock will reset after the ball hits the rim. Next is the whistle. The whistle is used by the referees to express themselves. The whistle is also being used for communication. With a single blow, the players know that something is wrong. It's like a notification. It makes the play stop if it is used by the referee. They use this when there's a foul or out of bounds and etc. Next is the ball. Ball is a spherical ball used in a basketball game. Every sport game that have different ball sizes and structure. The official size of the ball that a basketball uses is a size 7. It is designed round for the ball to be able to bounce. The ball is very important equipment in playing the sport basketball because this is what the player uses to score.
A basketball uniform is a type of uniform worn by a basketball player. Basketball uniform consists of jersey, features the number and last name of the player back, as well as shorts and aesthetic shoes. Scoreboard. A basketball scoreboard is a large board for publicly displaying the score in a game or match. The scoreboard will reflect the success of the team. Protective gear. It is an equipment serves an integral role in maintaining the safety of an athlete participating in sports and to stay safe as much as possible. Some protective equipment basketball players choose to wear mouth guards, ankle brace, knee brace, and goggles.
Fundamentals and the basic rules of basketball. Number 1. Aim of basketball game. Team players try to score points by shooting the basketball ball through the opposing team's basket hoop. Number 2. Basketball equipments. The official rules of basketball state that games should get played indoors on rectangular solid floor or what we call court. There is a hoop scoring ring at each end and the team play with inflated round ball. Number 3. The players. The game gets played by two teams with a squad of 12 players to choose from. Basketball basic rules allows a maximum of 5 players allowed on the court at any one time. But there are no limits to the number of basketball players substitution allowed. Number 4. Starting the game. A jump ball or a tip-up starts the game. The referee lobs the ball into the air above the center circle. Two opposing players will then leap up while trying to tap it away. Number 5. 5 rules of basketball play. A player moves the ball around the court using dribbling, passing, tapping, rolling, and throwing techniques. Number 2. Each player can take 2 taps before the ball hits the ground, a basket, a backboard, or another player. Number 3. But, unlike some weird and wonderful sports, the important rule is that you are not allowed to run with the ball. Number 4. Players must pass the ball to a teammate or shoot for the goal after putting 2 hands on the ball, not including catching it. 5. Winning possession of the ball in your own half means you must travel over the halfway line within 10 seconds to avoid a foul. Number 6. A basketball violation. The simplification of 10 basketball rules for beginners includes the reference of game infringement. Normal plays must stop after all rules violations and the other team gains possession of the ball. Ball handling violation, double dribble, traveling, backcourt, 3-second rule, 5-second possession violation, 10-second in the backcourt, 5-second inbound violation, space or lane violation, Common fouls, shooting fouls, technical fouls, reaching in, charging, holding, hand check, blocking, and flagrant foul.
So, hello guys. So, next is the merge duration or continuation of the report of Mr. Gio. So, merge duration is a rule of basketball matches consists of 4 quarters or 10 minutes each quarter. It is a 15-minute breaks halftime between the end of the second and start of the third period. There is a 2-minute interval between the first and second and third and the fourth periods. Next, the scoring points. Shooting the basketball through your opponent's hoop scores points for your team. A goal inside the 3-point or semicircle achieves a score of 2. Goals scored from outside are worth 3 points. Free throws must get taken from the free throw line awarded after a foul and are worth 1 point. 8 is the officiating in basketball. The list of rules basketball officials usually includes 1 basketball referee and 1 umpire. They swap places after each foul involving a free throw penalty or jump ball decision. Basketball officials use whistles and hand signals to officiate and explain their decisions. Next is the winning the game. The final regulation in a list containing 10 basic basketball. Rule is knowing when you have won the game, the winning team is the one who score most points in the allocated game time.
Hi, the fundamentals or the basic skills of basketball commonly include these 5. First, dribbling or ball handling. Second is shooting. Third, passing. Then fourth is jumping or rebounding. Then lastly is the defense. First is dribbling. Why is dribbling the very first skills that you should learn? It's very simple. It's because you can't move around with the basketball without dribbling the ball. It is the easiest way to put yourself in a position to score. This allows you to maneuver past defenders, initiate the offense, and create of your teammates if you know how to dribble or handle the ball. The good thing about improving your dribbling is that you can do it individually. You will see significant improvements in your ball handling skills even in a short amount of time in practice. And there are also a dribble or a dribbling tips for the beginners. So first, do not dribble with the palm of your hands, but your fingertips instead. Practice dribbling hand or doing pound dribbles. Spread your fingers wide for better ball support. And also, practice dribbling with your offhand if you're right-handed. Do dribbling drills with your left hand as well. And also, look for techniques on how you can have a quick dribble. Having a quick dribble will also allow you to get to your spot quicker than the defense. Then next is the shooting. Like dribbling, you can practice shooting alone. However, if there are fundamental errors to your shooting, such as a bad form, it would best to have someone who can help tweak your shot. Otherwise, you need to be practicing thousands upon thousands of shots to become a good shooter. Knowing the fundamentals of proper shooting will make everything easier. There are also shooting tips for the beginners. First, get your legs involved, bend your knees, and explode into your shot. Next, snap your shooting elbow. This advice solves multiple problems, from arm extension to keeping the follow through. It's impossible to snap your elbow without extending your arm. That now leads the higher shot arc and also leads to the snapping movement of the wrist. Snap your wrist and you will be able to hold that follow through. Pay attention to your grip. Like dribbling, your fingers must be spread so you can balance the ball with one hand. There should be a little space between the ball and your palm. Then lastly, the B balance. There is no rule of thumb here, but do what comes naturally. Some prefer both feet square or facing the basket, while some prefer their feet a little sideways. Spread your feet shoulder width apart, and the shooting foot should be forward a little bit with the non-shooting lagging behind.
He made the bounce pass. Gonna get ourselves a timeout. Kyrie just mesmerizes everybody, and then the little bounce.
So, sa larong basketball, meron 5 fundamental skills na dapat matutunan. Ngunit 3 lang aking ipapaliwanag. At ito ang pagdidribble, kung saan ginagamitan ng persa ng manlalaro ang bola upang ito'y tumalbog. Pangalawa, ang shooting, kung saan binabato ng manlalaro ang bola papunta sa ring upang magkaroon ng puntos. At pangatlo ay ang pagpasa ng bola o pagbato ng bola sa kakampi. At ito'y sasaluhin ng iyong kakampi.